Have you ever thought how the spies actually work? How they actually looks like and what is the world's powerful spy agency and why it is powerful? Have it actually done any mistake in its things, or it's always perfect? What is honey trapping? This all things we're just going to discuss on this video. And friends, this is a channel on which we think, discuss and talk beyond marks. Subscribe it for this type of videos. This is a part 2, knowing USA deeply, why it's powerful. The first video was the dollar one, you can see it. And this is the second one, the spy agency, the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. Let's begin with it. What is CIA? CIA is a spy agency of United States which works for its interests. It bring information, analyze it, and perform operations. CIA is divided into directorates. The directorates of operations. The directorates of operation is actually the actual spies in it who perform the operations. The directorate of analysis who analyze the data, collect the data, analyze it. What do you think? Collecting data is important or analyzing it important? Because both are important, I know, but which one for you is important? Tell me in the comment section. Okay, the next directories is the others one who help them in their work. The directories which is technology directorates. You know, CIA is wonderful, world powerful just because it's not USA's spy agency. No, it has satellites, cyber operating systems, it has world class technology, it has money power, which is the main one. Like it has billions of dollar in for with it, and it can take independent actions also. Sometimes it has felt some deep things also when it has done any of the mistakes, like suppose he done operation and in which he felt failure, he got the failure, so USA had to listen a lot of things about it also. But some of the operation which is done by it is very large scale and wonderful. On that also we will discuss on this video also. CIA has world-class technologies, or why not also because it is the USA spy agency. You know, KGB was the one spy agency which was using honey trapping, which was the KGB was using, but KGB is not anymore here. CIA is a spy agency which somewhat works on it also. Its spy agents should be a citizen of USA. Its spy agents should be physically perfect. They should have the psychological power also, because spies, you can manipulate someone with that also. That's why. And in the CIA, that is a world class wonderful office also. I will show you the photo in this video also, how it looks like. CIA has done a number of operations, and due to CIA, what actually it does, you know, it can control the narratives, it can give the direct information to the president, it has relations with the big peoples also across the world. You know, like ISI, RAW, and the Mossad and any other spy agency which we talk about, they all work internal matters, but CIA focus on the external matters, which is wow good. Everyone knows about it. So let's talk about the operations which was done by CIA, which were successful, and then we'll talk about the operations which was failed, which it done and did also that he failed a lot of, you know, comments which people give to it, and we're just going to discuss on it. So let's discuss about CIA's successful operations which it done for its country, United States. While many of the CIA's most successful operations remain classified to protect ongoing security, the sources highlighted several historical examples. Suppose the project was Estilingual, or I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it was mail intercept program. For over 20 years, the CIA conducted a massive operation to examine mail sent between the United States and communist countries, particularly the Soviet Union. Okay, the operation was at its peak in 1972. The program examined the covers of over 2.3 million items of mail and opened more than 8,000 of them. The success was that both the CIA and the FBI believed that the project was highly successful as it provided valuable strategic and technical intelligence as well as many country intelligence leads regarding the Soviet interests and activities. Do you think that CIA's internal, CIA's interfering in the internal matters of the other countries is like somehow bad? Because I think that is very bad. Because in the Soviet Union, what is happening, the mails and all, you are interfering in that particular thing, so it's at some point becomes very bad. Other one is in 1963 that one happened, that is Mockingbird, Project Mockingbird. And this was a popular one, the Project Mockingbird. This operation was designed to identify the sources of highly classified intelligence leaks that was appearing in the press. Like CIA was having some informations which was got leaked in the press, and it was not one time only. Many of the time it got leaked, this operation was based on that Mockingbird. The CIA wiretapped the telephones of two Washington D.C. based newspaper reports and who had published stories containing classified data. And the operation is considered successful in its goal because it identified dozens of sources who were leaking information to the reporters. These sources included 12 senators and 6 members of Congress, 21 congressional staffers, and a White House staffer and an assistant attorney general. Wow, like you are a CIA officer and you got some information and that got leaked in the press conference, and you just did the operation that is Mockingbird, and you just I just listened it in the movies that there is the telephone wire lines and we cut in the between and we just listen what is they are talking in that, and they actually did it. That is wow. Like no, that's why we are saying that CIA agents are very powerful and they are successful. Obviously they have many technologies. Surveillance of international narcotics and traffickers. Oh wow. The CIA successfully used its technical capabilities to track the movement of illegal drugs. The operation was that the agency monitored a radio telephone calls between alleged drug traffickers located in the United States and South America. The surveillance provided information with clear foreign intelligence value regarding how narcotics moved internationally, although the program was eventually stopped due to the legal concerns about law enforcement versus intelligence roles. It was effective in the gathering the intended data. I think Ross should also use this type of methods because when because drug supplies is a lot of common in Punjab sides, and drug supplies is common in that type of reasons. And I think this type of wonderful successful programs other spy agencies should also follow. Hey, one news that was Maduro was got captured by USA just because USA said that they were they were supplying the narcotics to the USA, and many sanctions they also said, many things they said about Maduro, but one of that was also this, that they were supplying the narcotics to the USA. So yep, technical collection and human. The sources note that the CIA has been continuously successful in developing advanced technical collection systems and human intelligence capabilities that have been praised by congressional oversight committees for their valuable contributions to protecting national security. These efforts include trafficking, not trafficking, tracking. Trafficking is somewhat next thing. Tracking nuclear bombs. nuclear bombs, counterterrorism, and specialized missions in denied areas like Iran or Iraq, where traditional access is possible. Oh my God! You know the World War Three. That is, people are saying that World War Three is going to happen in so-called things. So there, Iran, or yep, maybe one of the countries are there who tried to make nuclear bomb, and I think there must be a connection that CIA got to know that this country is making nuclear bomb. That's why USA took actions on it, and now they are, opposite to that, and they are with Israel. And yep, that is happening. My God, that can be a one. And now let's talk about the failures which CIA got in its work. That is illegal and controversial experiments. Mukultra. Oh my God, this one is one of the famous one. Illegal and controversial experiments. When I was doing the research on its topic, so when I studied Mukultra, that was oh so let me tell you about this. One of the most significant failures in the terms of ethics and legality was the Mukultra program, early 1950s and 1963. The goal was the agency feared communist countries were using drugs or brainwashing the interrogation. The CIA administered LSD and other drugs consisting adults, including American, often slipping drugs into drinks at parties or bars. And the outcome, what was the outcome? The program was illegal for its inception, violating the constitutional right to bodily integrity. To hide the extent of the abuse, the head of the program ordered all Mukultra records destroyed in 1973. It was in a failed accession things. So let's come on the next example. It was failed accession plots. The Church Commission's accession report identified two primary instances where the CIA aided in plans to kill foreign leaders, both of the which failed in achieve their objective. Yep, I will just tell you about one example of this point, that is Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro or Castro, maybe. I might be wrong, pronouncing it wrong, the name, I'm sorry. That is Castro, maybe. Fidel Castro. The CIA attempt to kill the Cuban leader using the high-powered rifles, poison pills, poison pens, and even deadly bacterial powders. Castro successfully evaded every attempt. Oh God. And the next example that was is Patrice Lubumba. Lubumba or Lubumba. This name is that is Patrice Lumbumba. Oh my God, let's leave it. It was in 1961. The agency developed a plot to poison the Congolese leader food for toothpaste. The operation was never carried out because the Lumba was killed by the local forces affected in the United States before the CIA could act. And yeah, this was this, because there are many things which I did in the, but the video is getting so longer. Maybe one thing which I also want to tell you, that is the Iran Contra affair, which is in 1980s, which is a failure things which was done by the CIA agent. And let me tell you this, the Iran Contra affair, this was a major breakdown of trust between the CIA and Congress. It involved secret arms sales to Iran and the illegal diversion of those proceeds to fund Contra rebels in Nicaragua by passing controversial funding restrictions, shortcoming and human. And that was investigating following the September 11 attacks and the search for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq identified serious shortcomings. These included a lack of identified linguists and poor information sharing and the failures to properly validate human sources, and notably the source of known as curveball, maybe curveball. I might be pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. And this was the thing, that was the, the family jewels. There are many failure things which CIA did. There are many successful operations also that CIA got it. But by this video, you I think you got an idea that every time what CIA does is that without telling the government, sometimes it comes inside the other countries matter, and it starts doing unnecessary information tracking and all the things inside the country. And when the people got to know about it, it says the so-called sorry. And what could he all do that? So that is, I think, just tell me in the comment section that if a spy agency secretly in your country doing some mess, getting some mess around it, so what you will say, the CIA is getting correct, CIA is doing correct for its country, USA, or it's wrong because the which Iran faced, and the forces that Soviet Union faced, was it correct? Tell me in the comment section. That was Anshika, and this was the part 2 about CIA knowing about USA. The part 3 is going to come on this channel. Thank you, friends. This was Anshika.